ATEEZ, it's been a while. Guys, if you're new to my channel, my name is Max. I'm a communication skills coach, and what I do on this channel is I look at all different types of people's communication skills and I give you my thoughts. So I've done a couple ATEEZ videos in the past, you can check those out as well, but I haven't done a full-on analysis in a while. Let's get right into this. Health checkup. Interesting. Okay. Interesting.
어떻게요? 저희 인사해야 돼요?
시작한 거예요? 안녕하세요. 처음 받는 사람 있나?
근데 방금 그 진행톤 되게 별로다.
그래. 아니 내가 건강관리 계속 하고 싶다, 단체를 하고 싶다 그래서 오늘 내 꿈을 이루는 날이거든.
옛날부터 홍준이 얘기했잖아. 시간 내서 건강검진 저 투어 가기 전에 한번 시작하자고.
Hongjoong, being a real leader here, making sure the boys are taken care of, making sure the boys are healthy before they get on tour. Totally a leadership quality right there. Making sure everyone's okay, getting on top of everyone's health.
아 지금 근데 여중에 젤리 먹은 사람 있잖아. 형 얘기하잖아 지금. 아니 어제부터 계속 위내시경 하는 건 좀.
No one in ATEEZ makes me laugh like Yoonho. I think it's a combination of him intentionally making me laugh because I do think he has like a really funny / goofy side to him. But I think there's a lot of unintentional humor that comes out because to me, there's still a hint of awkwardness in him. So he makes me laugh the most. But I was saying this the other day to some people on my Patreon page. It's really hard to pick a favorite in ATEEZ. They're all very unique. They all have a lot of charisma. And when you see them perform on stage, you really get kind of a different feel for them. Like a guy like Yeosang is absolutely a savage. He's fierce on stage, and to me he's a little bit more reserved, quiet and shy off stage. And I think Yoonho kind of turns into a beast on stage as well.
아 그러니까 질문이 일주일에 몇 번이었냐잖아.
그러니까 그거를 계산을 했어 내가.
그러니까 몇 번이냐고 그래서. 아니 장난하는 것도 아니고 지금 말장난하는 것도 아니고 일주일에 몇 번이냐고 그래서.
아 3일?
일주일에 네가 3번 운동한다고? 그럼 맞지?
그냥 건강만 해 민기야.
민기야 아프지만 말자. 야 왜냐면 우린 춤을 추니까. 내가 언제 이런 이미지가 됐지?
You know I love my boy Wooyoung. I think my true bias, if we're talking biases, I think my true ATEEZ bias is probably Wooyoung. He's my OG bias, my original bias. Once Wooyoung's up in your business, he's not letting you go until he gets the answer or the reaction that he wants.
번이냐고 그래서. 아니 장난하는 것도 아니고 지금 말장난하는 것도 아니고 일주일에 몇 번이냐고 그래서.
Anyone else with me on that? Like when I watch him communicate, when I watch him kind of get into the guys, he kind of gets up in their space. He really puts himself in your world. I've said this before, like I want Wooyoung to like me. If I met Wooyoung, I'd want his attention, right? His attention feels kind of special. But it's funny because he doesn't let up on you. When he wants a reaction, when he wants an answer, it seems like he's persistent, he's getting it. Again, this is part of his charm. He personalizes his relationships with everyone, and he personalizes his connections with you. And when he's paying attention to you, you know he's paying attention to you.
이거 내기할래? 허벅지로 이렇게 문질러서 몇 번 할 수 있는지? 허벅지
이거?
우와 안 아파?
나는 이렇게 대고만 있어도 못해.
트레이너 선생님한테 들었는데 근육이 딱딱한 게 좋은 게 아니래. 말랑말랑해야 된대. 나처럼.
너는 근육이 말랑한 게 아니고 지방이 말랑한 거고.
Yeah, like Mingi. I haven't seen a lot of Mingi. He brings a really unique energy to this group, in my opinion. I still haven't pinpointed it quite yet. On stage, obviously his voice, his vocals, his rapping, it's very distinct. So he really stands out and brings like a very, very unique element on stage and in their music. But also personality-wise, you know, he's got a real presence about him. You know, I think he carries himself with a lot of confidence as well. I wonder because Hongjoong's the leader, then I think you've got like Wooyoung, who in a way is like the social glue of the group. You know, he might be more of the social leader in a way, but Mingi, he might kind of be like, I think he possesses a different type of leadership in his presence. I think the guys, when he speaks, people really pay attention. I don't know, I'm gonna have to keep my eye out for that.
안녕하십니까. 안녕하세요.
평소에 뭐 불편하거나 뭐 이런 건 있으셨어요?
아니요 없습니다.
어깨나 뭐 관절 아픈 거 이런 거
괜찮은 것 같아요.
나가셔도 될 것 같아요.
감사합니다.
That was the quickest checkup of all time.
저 원장님이 못생겼대?
Oh man, right? Wooyoung will take any opportunity to poke right at you, to talk shit at you. If there's a millisecond of an opportunity to make fun of someone, Wooyoung's doing it. And it seems like his favorite target might be Son.
나 뭐하지? 나 뭐 해야 돼? 나 혈압 재야 돼?
가만히 있어. 가만히 있어. 알았어. 운동 뭐 하고 싶은 운동 없어?
아 또 저 진행도.
방송에 나가야 될 거 아니야.
형 천상 방송인이다 진짜. 난 그거 하고 싶어. 복싱.
나는 펜싱.
난
Every time I see Wooyoung, he's sitting in the same position. He's got his left leg crossed over his right leg. Even when the guy performs, I was just watching some of their live performances, he's always just chilling, always looking relaxed. You never see Wooyoung looking flustered. Am I obsessed with Wooyoung right now? Am I standing Wooyoung? Let me know if it's too much. Is Mingi more of a serious dude? I'm getting more of a serious vibe from him. Like there's a playfulness that I'm sensing from him, but it's delivered in a little bit more of a serious way. I don't know. Sunghwa.
네, 젤리 먹은 송민기님 들어가실게요. 민기야 들어가서 거짓말하면 안 된다.
아까 얘기 들어보니까 금식을
And Sunghwa seems incredibly nice. I don't know if I've ever heard him say one bad thing about someone, even in a joking manner. Now, I'm still obviously relatively new to ATEEZ content, but I haven't seen it. I haven't really been able to analyze him so much, maybe because my focus has been on some of the other guys, but you know, I like him. I know there's a lot more to him.
해본 적 있으세요?
근데 작년 6월에
그럼
했어요.
뭐 지나셨었어요?
그냥 위 내시경 하고
내시경하고 그때 어땠었어요?
그냥 위가 좀 크다라고 하시고
아 진짜요?
네, 먹는 거 좋아해가지고
아 그렇구나.
네, 면 요리 엄청
엄청
좋아하고
좋아요.
고기도
네.
많이 먹고 탄산 너무 좋아하는데
네 그런 건 좀 자제하면 좋을 것 같아요.
알겠습니다.
I love Sunghwa's honesty here. He's actually, I was going to say, my first thought when he started speaking was he's quite soft-spoken, right? He's a soft-spoken guy, he's sweet, but if you listen close and you watch close, what I'm starting to notice is he's actually pretty funny.
먹는 거 좋아해가지고
아 그렇구나.
네, 면 요리 엄청 좋아하고 고기도 많이 먹고
The humor is in the fact that he's divulging this information that isn't actually necessary. So there's a funny component to it, and I'm glad I'm starting to recognize a sense of humor here a little, and I'll probably start paying a little bit more attention to that. But I think it's hard sometimes as a new fan of ATEEZ or someone new to ATEEZ understanding some of the quieter members' sense of humor because they're overshadowed by some of the louder personalities. So I think Sunghwa, if I had to guess, he's one of these guys that the more you watch ATEEZ content, the more you really start appreciating him. Whereas you can appreciate guys like Wooyoung and Son and Hongjoong almost immediately. Mingi as well.
좋다. 밸런스 게임 한번 해볼게요.
민기 컷.
야 민기가 하려는 내가 해볼게 그러면. 여상아, 넌 짧고 굵게 살래? 길고 가늘게 살래? 난 짧고 굵게.
나 짧고 굵게.
야,
Interesting.
길고 가늘게 가야 돼.
그때 하라고. 아 뭘 자꾸 그래.
Again, Wooyoung takes on every single opportunity to make fun or come down on one of the guys. Sometimes it's hard to tell whether he's genuinely frustrated or not. I think 95% of the time he's doing it out of love. But here, I think there might be a hint of frustration. Regardless, he vocalizes it. Like, Wooyoung doesn't hold back. If there's, like, and he's observant, right? He's really observant. Like, someone does something, he sees what they're doing, and he comments on it. What are you doing? Come on, hurry up. Like, he's very, very playful, very extroverted. He's out there. He's completely out there. I think maybe some people, I don't know, you tell me, maybe some people are like, he could be a little bit more polite there. I wish he was a little bit more respectful. But with Wooyoung, I think he just tells you how it is as well. Like, you kind of know where you stand with him and you know how he's feeling.
다 짜장면 먹을 때 자기 혼자 짬뽕 먹으면 뭐 되는 줄 아는 사람들이 있다고.
짬뽕 먹으라고 가르친 사람도 잘못한 건 아니야.
그 애들이 커서 살.
본인의 소신을 표현할 줄 아는 것도 그 사람이 그거지.
하지만 그 소신을 때로는.
높여줘야 되는데 표현하는 것도 방법이라고.
So would you say Son is the one who challenges Wooyoung the most? I know a lot of people are saying they're like a pretty epic duo, these two, and they seem like it. They seem like they're best buddies in the world. But would you say Son is most likely to challenge and stand up to Wooyoung? Like, I feel like even in that little moment, we're getting a glimpse of that.
신발 신어.
신겨줘.
알았어, 줘봐. 내 거부터. 내 거부터. 넌 또 왜 벗어 있어? 아이씨.
I think Yoonho appreciates the mischief. I think he likes being around it, and maybe he even likes initiating it from time to time. Wooyoung's the king of mischief over here. He really brings like that kind of element to this group, it feels like. Mingi too. I feel like Mingi's definitely got a mischievous side as well. And then you've got guys who are a little bit more mature seeming. Like Jungho seems like one of the most mature guys in the group, despite being the youngest member. And Hongjoong can go both ways. Like Hongjoong, I feel like is very adaptable in that way. And I think Hongjoong as well, and just in this video as well, I can see him making sure everyone's kind of included. When he needs to be mature, he can turn that switch on, no problem. He's the guy that can kind of facilitate those more emotional conversations with the guys. See, there's that goofiness from Yoonho.
아 진짜? 빠라바. 이거 약간 품새 같은 거 있어. 아 진짜?
Jungho's like, are you guys serious? Like, you guys are older than me and you're acting like this?
다리 길이만 170 나왔어.
우영이 다리 길이 170이고 상체 길이가 50.
2m 13이라며. 혹시 덧셈 뺄살 못해갖고.
내가 너보다 수학 잘해. 너 중학교 때 수학 몇 점이었어?
나는 무조건 100점이었지. 나는 서울대학교에서 초청 받아갖고 수학 받으러 갔어. 나도 서울대 못 가봤지?
Son just kind of accepted that he got KO'd by Jungho. It was almost like he gave him a nod of appreciation. Like, I like the reaction that he gives the guys when they make fun of him. He kind of gives you that like fake angry death stare. So I like that Son doesn't take himself too seriously at the end of the day. He really doesn't. He's versatile in that way. He can joke around, he can be really playful, but he kind of lets you have a win as well. Like when they're kind of making fun of him, he kind of, you know, he'll let you win. You know, he's a good sport. I feel like he's totally a pillar in this group. But my overall point was I like the way he doesn't take himself too seriously.
좋아요. 미쳤어요?
분량 챙기네.
그러니까 분량 챙기네요.
저기 간호사 선생님께서 잘생겼다고 칭찬받는 사람. 동영상 받았더라.
근데
Wooyoung's essentially asking if the nurse called him handsome. Wooyoung loves being the star of the show and the center of attention. This dude's hilarious.
놀라지 말자.
난 기대도 안 했어.
난 기대했어.
그래서 안 되는 거야.
See, there you go again. Mingi kind of throwing a shot at Son, and Son kind of just accepting it there, like being a good sport. Although the tone felt a little more serious with Mingi, it didn't feel that playful. Son kind of took it. Mingi's a little bit rougher around the edges to me. He's not quite as like polished with his teasing and playfulness as a guy like Wooyoung, where you kind of know he's joking. I feel like with Mingi it can be misinterpreted sometimes. He's just not as smooth about it, it doesn't feel like. You know, maybe just naturally he's just a little bit more of an aggressive person. I don't know.
핏줄이 탱탱해서 그런지 이게 찌르면 피한대요.
이렇게 피한다고 이렇게 막 바늘 들어오면.
거짓말 안 하고 8번 찌른 적 있어요. 그 링거 바늘이 진짜 크신 거 알죠?
링거 바늘이 크셔?
커가지고 나.
야, 쟤는 말 진짜 못한다.
말을 못 할 수도 있지. 그걸 또 왜 한 번 더 찝어, 친구야.
언어 집게.
Good for Wooyoung. He's so bad at talking. Mingi to me, yeah, I don't know. I'm sensing like a little bit of maybe not a disconnect. Maybe just for me, he feels a little bit, he doesn't feel like as naturally integrated into the group as some of the other guys. Like there seems to be a little bit more of a natural dynamic with some of the other guys in ATEEZ. And Mingi just being this like strong presence, it doesn't feel like he fits in as easily. Like I mentioned before, maybe he's just a little rougher around the edges. You let me know what you think.
언어 집게.
현대판 세종대왕이시네요. 이게 나만 그래 근데? 핏줄 이렇게 피하는 거?
그러니까 얘 핏줄이 좀 탱글탱글, 뭐 탱글이라는 단어는 내가 잘 모르겠는데 그 핏줄이 이게 뭔가가 좀 약간 좀 피하고 싶나 봐.
나 주사 TMI 있어. 나 엉덩이
I like how Mingi kind of responded. Like Wooyoung called him out there and said, you're bad at talking. I'd probably feel pretty crappy if someone said that to me, even if it was a joke. I'm pretty sensitive. But Mingi, like, he seemed to respond and bounce back quite well after that comment. And he actually even almost like respected Wooyoung, it felt like, for calling him out, because in response he says, you're like a magician with your words. So funny how that works. Like Wooyoung calls out Mingi and Mingi responds to Wooyoung with a compliment. So I wonder if Mingi in that moment was vying for Wooyoung's affection in a way.
됐네. 다 모였나? 야, 너 시력이 176, 197이야?
아이틴이 마음을 보기 위해서.
통찰력이 대박이네.
프로 아이돌이네.
Like I love Yeosang's aesthetics. I feel like if you're looking for like a professional K-pop star, Yeosang's got the look. He knows how to kind of model on camera. I don't know why I just did that. But Yeosang seems to be that guy who he just fits that aesthetic so well. And he just knows how to work it, you know?
종호 씨.
아 진짜 맞는 거야?
종아 너 아픈 연기하니까 진짜 안 어울리긴 한다.
쇠.
너를 이겨내. 너는 딱 거기까지인 걸 지금 여기서 안 들어가는 거야.
Yeah, these guys don't tread lightly with one another. I kind of like that in a way. Like these guys are pretty feisty with one another. They're pretty honest with each other. Like as much as I love Wooyoung, he can be kind of mean. So I feel like these boys help each other probably develop a thicker skin. But again, I think that's a testament to their brotherhood as well. They can go to those places with each other because they love each other and they're brothers, truly. I'm learning a lot actually in this episode, and actually, I think San might be the funniest guy in ATEEZ. He's got a lightness to him, and he just feels easy to kind of joke around with and be around. Like he doesn't have to be the guy that's always right, but he'll still challenge you, and he'll still kind of put you in your place at certain times, but not in this like very direct way. It's kind of in a funny way. Like before when he was talking to Mingi about what was going on with the needles in the veins, he did it in this joking way, but he took over the conversation and he's like, here's the deal. So there's a humor in the way he does it all. So maybe what I'm thinking is, are the guys like in particular a little meaner to Mingi? Like are San and Wooyoung, do they team up on Mingi? And maybe it's because Mingi goes at them? I don't know. Maybe I've got Mingi's back now. Maybe I'm gonna be looking out for Mingi. And then Hongjoong kind of lets them do their thing. You know, although he's the official leader, I think Hongjoong's actually one of the more outgoing guys, but he's probably more in the middle, more of like an ambivert, if I had to guess, maybe slightly more extroverted. But he's, again, I think he's a perfect leader in this group because he kind of sees everything play out. He doesn't have to be like super involved in all the drama and all the joking. He can get there, but he's able to like very effectively watch from the outside, and as a result see who's maybe left out a little, see who needs to be engaged a little more. I think he's a really good social leader in that sense. So guys, right now I'm going to be checking out episode 10. If you want to watch my uncut reaction to both episode 9 and 10, all you need to do is go to my Patreon page. The link is in my description below. Other than that, I appreciate you being here. I will talk to you soon. Peace.